one of our mantras is just stay in the fight. Just keep fighting, keep punching, stay in their face, and that's kind of the message in our dugout. So when it happens and we got to go back out there, stay in the fight, and you hear that from our whole dugout, and they're just competing. You followed us all year. It feels like isn't that every game is kind of like what we just had. I mean, we are the epitome of that. That game's the epitome of our season. It's just what we've played, and we've lost a couple of them, but we won a bunch of them, and they're just a tough, resilient group.
Chris, you mentioned with Dakota, sometimes with these guys, you just got to get one and get the monkey off your back and all that stuff. To see him come through in such a huge, important moment for this team this season, I mean, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's special. It's special because he has worked so hard to get here. They work so hard to get to Hoover. They work so hard to get here. And then when they fail on that stage, it's happy. Like last week I said it, we were so happy for Connor Heisek and all the big moments, and he had rehab back. But also, man, your heart aches for those kids when they struggle because how bad they want it. And, he just wants to win and help his team win. And you feel like you're letting them all down. And it's hard for a 20-year-old kid who's, he's never been on this stage before. And so, it puts a, tear in your eye or whatever you want to say when you see, when I'm just sitting there watching, I'm excited, but I'm watching DJ, and you can see the emotion. He told me on the way over here he didn't know the game was over. So I was like, that's how excited he was. Like he didn't, just in the moment, and so excited. So it's a special moment for him. Yeah, he's pretty good out there. We got a good defensive team. I thought David Mershon made some nice plays late. Those outfielders ran some balls down, and that was a. But we've been good defensively all year, so it's fun to watch.
We'll take a couple more questions.
Coach, early thoughts on Virginia?
Oof, man, they're good. So the home team, and they've had a great year, and they are really offensive, and I think we're probably seeing one of their best guys. So it'll be a battle. I mean, it'll be two really good college baseball teams playing. I imagine there's going to be a lot of orange in that ballpark, and man, we got to bring our best effort because they are definitely one of the better teams in the country.
You had mentioned how tough it can be when you're playing on this stage and you're struggling with social media or whatever can make it tough. I guess, what do you feel like you as a coach or these players have kind of learned about dealing with that, and for a guy like Dakota to kind of learn to deal with that and still be able to come through?
Well, I wish they'd follow my lead. I just get off of it. So that's the best thing to do. I have to sometimes go on to check things, but I try to get them off of it. But hopefully he'll look at it tonight and he'll put a smile on his face. So he's definitely on his phone out there. I guarantee you right now. I'm looking at him and he is on his phone. That's the age we deal with. That's what we deal with, and we spend a lot of time. We actually this year I installed in September. We have cell phone lockers. So when you come in our clubhouse area, there's cell phone lockers. They put them in, they lock them, and then they go to the locker room and baseball. And at least for 4 or 5 hours, we don't have cell phones. So, but it's part of their lives, and we all have to learn to deal with it. But I told them, no, don't eat the cheese. They're going to tell you you're great when you're winning, and then when you lose, somebody's going to yell at you, and it's, either one. It doesn't matter. You got to have self-satisfaction and know that you did a good job. What? Well, I'm glad. He was probably talking to his girlfriend. So, we good?
I think it's probably easier to work on swing adjustment or stance adjustment versus the mental aspect of it as a baseball coach. How do you approach that with someone that has a superstar talent like he does and has not struggled?
Yeah, he hadn't struggled a lot in his life. I'm real fortunate. I have a great staff, and I haven't done much with him this week, just asking if he's all right, you're good, you're getting your work, you're doing. Jake Gautreaux is by his side every day, and they work, and Jake will get in his tail, like if he's not doing what he's supposed to, but you got a really good, I think he knows our coaches care for him, so I think there's a piece that, hey, these guys got my back, they got my best interest, and, I think that's a big piece of it as you go through this, because like you said, you either at least make them think there's a little bit of a mechanical adjustment, right, because you're just trying to clear the brain. Last week against Tennessee, the only hit he got at Hoover was after we had a bench-clearing brawl, and he was just pissed at Tennessee at that point. He wasn't worried that he'd been 0 for 10, right? So controlling their brains is a big part of the game, and they have to really work at that. And as coaches, we got to do a good job of not cluttering that. I think we try not to have too many voices, and we want them to know we have confidence in them.
Thanks, Coach.